Viral gender wars. Okay, so videos like who pays for the first date? Just making sure that coyote. So who pays for the first date? Who brings what to the table? Shaming on body counts or whatever, going viral repeatedly. Both sides compete rather than understand one another. Right? So instead of trying to understand, all we do is bitch, bicker, and blame. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here's another episode of Banned Opinions. I think it might be a bit of a longer one today. So here we go. Today's talk is about how social media has weaponized gender tension, which I believe is a divide and conquer strategy for depopulation. Here's why. So number one, the algo amplification of gender conflict. So social media promotes controversial content for engagement, which rewards creators pitting genders against each other. We see this all the time. You know, it's one side says this, one side says that, and at the end of it, resentment is breeded, right? People just start hating each other and blaming, and a lot of it is short form bullshit videos. So just keep that in mind. Number two, the rise of the red pill, MGTOW, and the feminist echo chamber. So when you eventually get into these things, you'll start seeing it is just a one-sided. There's no gray area, and any balanced voices pretty much get ignored. And there's reasons for this, which we'll go into in a bit. But a lot of times these type of communities, which, you know, I've been in and everything like that, but then it dawned on me about a couple weeks ago, this is nothing more than divide and conquer, and the algo's doing it. So your algo, the more you click on those videos, because you got to remember, all these social media platforms want to monetize your views. You are the product, guys. You are the product. Your attention is so valuable that you are the product. That's what makes these guys money, because of the advertisers. It all goes back to the advertisers. So that's how these platforms make money. That's how the creators make money for most part, unless there's donations or you're buying from their store and such. So there's that. And they're very one-sided most times. Sometimes there's, you know, a decent one, but it gets drowned out by all the one-sided combative commentary. And number three, we also have toxic dating advice and crazy standards. So we'll just go into it a little bit here, and then we'll kind of elaborate. So male influencers pretty much frame women as hypergamous or manipulative. I mean, that's pretty fucking generalization. Like, I'm not saying, there's definitely women like that, 100%. Gold diggers, the crazy bitches, we know them, right? So the trick is to avoid those ones. You wanna just skip over those. Once you realize you're being manipulated or you're just being used for your money, you might as well just get out. It's not gonna end well for anybody, you know? It's just gonna be a very toxic relationship. And then a lot of times the females, the influencers will say, portray men as emotionally unavailable or only useful for money, status, and fixing shit. Both sides definitely generalize. I mean, when you get these women there, I don't need a man. Shut the fuck up. When it comes to your oil, who's gonna change it? 99% of the time, it's gonna be a man. When your toilet doesn't work, I'm not saying that no woman can fix this. There are some, I know some. But they are far and few. Talk about finding a diamond in the rough. It's because they're just not into those types of things. Unless they have a very masculine mind, which some do. And that's just how they are. That's just how they're built. Like, we have to remember, there is individuality here, guys. Not just because you paint everyone with the same brush doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean you're right at all. It just means you're a generalizer. That's all that means. So it's not good to generalize, because then there's no discussion in the gray area where most conflicts resolve. All right, we're not talking about the gray area as much as we should, and we really need to. Because when you got the guys saying, oh, they're all crazy and all they want is just money and that's not entirely true. Most women just want stability. Really, that's just really what it is. And well, and because of all the movies and all that, some of them like to be dominated too. We'll save that one for a different video. But that's you know, and like as a guy, because I'm a guy, you clearly fucking see that. And you know, when I had to get out of my long term, fuck, it's kind of like a big shock. Like, how the fuck do you date again? You know, what do these girls want? Like, how do you know? So your main focus is how to bang them, right? And then they get used, and then a lot of times things don't work out because your only goal was to slip it in. But it's also the culture nowadays too that's doing that, right? It's a very hookup, very brave new world type of culture going on right now. And the ladies have to watch out. You know, you don't want to give it away too easy, but you also don't want to be this hard to get girl where it's like, oh my God, she does it. She doesn't do that for every guy. She just does that for me because, oh, apparently she likes me and doesn't want me screwing off on her or something like that. You know, it's just one of those things where everyone's just got to kind of watch out and and just know that sleeping around more doesn't equate to happiness. All right, might fulfill a need there and there, but that's about it. Oh, just give me a second here, guys.
Just a heads up, there's a coyote like right up there.
Oh, that coyote again? Yeah. Well, you heard it, coyote. All right. Then we got highlight reels versus realities. So constant exposure to idealized, filtered versions of life and oh my God, I can't read what the fuck I wrote. So anyways, highlight reels and reality. Constant exposure to idealized, filtered versions of life and relationships. Okay? So women want this perfect fucking husband. Guess what? It's not gonna happen. And we're not gonna be emotional either, okay? Why? Because you'll think we're weak and then you leave. It doesn't give you that stability you're looking for, ladies. You don't get it that way. That's just not how it works. But believe me, if the guy likes you, he'll care for you. He'll be there when you need him. He'll fix shit when you need it. And he'll provide the stability as best he can. Now, stability does not mean rich. It doesn't mean you're gonna have the most lavish lifestyle, but you both can build on that together, right? That's what it's about. Building together, not competing. Like, oh, I make more money than you, make more money. It's competition. Nobody wants competition when they go home. We want peace, we want teamwork, and to build the castle together. So when you're watching those short form videos, it creates really unrealistic expectations for both sides. Men feel pressure to be wealthy and dominant, while women feel pressure to be perfect and constantly desired. And when real people in real life don't match up to these images, it creates resentment. Like, why can he be like that? Or they go for this really good looking guy, but he's a player. He's busy doing a bunch of other shit. He's looking for his top tier, right? Which in my experience, it's not necessarily great to go top tier. So there's a coyote around here. I just gotta kind of look for him here. Sure my dog doesn't get eaten. All right, so there's that. Number 5 is viral gender wars. Okay, so videos like who pays for the first date? Just making sure that coyote. So who pays for the first date? Who brings what to the table? Shaming on body counts or whatever, going viral repeatedly. Both sides compete rather than understand one another. Right? So instead of trying to understand, all we do is bitch, bicker, and blame. That is not a recipe for success. That is a recipe for conflict and division. Divide and conquer as you must. Then it's the monetization of division. You know why we're getting so much of this content fed into our algos, guys? The fucking algo, I'm telling you, AI is going to separate humanity, and that depopulation agenda will come into effect. It's already happening here in Canada for sure. There, except here, it's the solution is let's bring in a bunch of useless immigrants that have no skills to benefit the country, and then we pay them to stay here. How insane is that? Anyways, that's a different subject. But yes, you gotta remember, these creators, these so-called influencers, okay, they are making tons of cash off all of us looking at this crappy, emotion-driven content is really what's going on. And because when there's blame and anger, that's where you make the most money. You know, so the conflict is the product at this point. So when you create controversial content, like mine is more of a gray area, it'll probably be just looked over and never discovered. But we're gonna try anyways, because what else can we do? So there's also lack of nuance in short form videos. Short form videos are very bad for the brain. It gives you a shortened attention span, and it also it makes you dumb because you can't focus on shit. How are you gonna focus on a project if you can't even watch a 20-minute video without needing some kind, like even the short videos there, they have a person talking and then they have a guy playing a game, crashing a vehicle or whatever the hell may be going on within the same screen, but on the right side of the screen, because people get too bored. It's the capture engagement. That's the thing. Just got to really make sure that coyote ain't following me. He did last year and I'll fucking run him down too. Anyways, so just remember that, guys, that the short form films, it's there's a little more to it. Remember, we're being controlled by social engineers, guys. We'll go more into that in another video. But there's also, with these influencers and with everything, with the gender tension wars, we'll call it, is weaponization of trauma. Individuals have bad experiences like abuse, cheating, or manipulation are generalized to represent the entire opposing gender. I mean, each side's guilty of this. Each side really is. Like, you know, I've dated a lot. A lot of them, I mean, I could say, I could say that there's a good percentage that are very selfish. I know that. That's a hard one to find, but so are males. I know a lot of selfish people on both sides. It doesn't matter. So it's kind of a human condition as far as I'm concerned, but that human condition is being weaponized and really brought to the spotlight. Why? Because divide and conquer. All right, they want us divided. They want the depopulation of the West easier to control, especially when you have a useless population here. Hence why I bring in a bunch of useless foreigners into a country that absolutely do nothing. In fact, they go on the streets and panhandle a lot of times. Been videos on that on Rebel News and such. Anyhow, trauma becomes content and the content becomes ideology. Instead of healing, many double down on blame. You know? So that's kind of food for thought right there. Think about that one. I mean, when I hear double down on blame, I think of the ladies on this one a lot. Usually a guy, once you have him in checkmate there, he'll admit he's wrong, and he'll, unless he's a little bit a bitch, he's not gonna, he'll basically say, okay, I am wrong, because us guys have been trained to admit that. But the ladies, I'm telling you, when you're wrong, fucking admit it. We'll respect you so much more. Nothing is more icky to me than a woman that can't fucking say she's wrong. And in fact, she'll go in time and try to bring up other shit to try to make it so that what she just did is not so bad. Stop that. And if you're a guy and you're doing that same thing, stop it. It's weak, inconsiderate, and disrespectful, and you miss the point of the whole conversation. All right? So, final thoughts on this. Social media literally has weaponized gender tension and even exaggerated it and monetized it, making it feel like we are on opposing teams instead of teammates in society. This is the divide and conquer strategy designed by the social engineers for depopulation, all right? Now, we always know that we like solutions. We like solutions here. So, what is the solutions? Stop watching fucking videos on this shit. I've been doing the same and the algo changes because it wants to capture your attention. All right, it wants to make you angry. It wants to make you emotional so that they keep you there staring at bullshit, giving you resentment so that you don't go out and try to meet somebody that you may have a great life with. We don't know because you're staying inside watching these fucking videos. You know what I mean? We're all guilty of it, me included, but I just snapped out of it. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is divide and conquer. That's what this is. So you have to understand warfare tactics. We'll go over that in a video. We'll go over the 33 strategies of war and the ones that are being used today most prevalently. It's quite insane. it's literally quite insane. Oop, use the zoom cam there. So anyways, solution is stop watching social media on those types of subjects. Actually, just stop it in general. Social media is rotting your brain. It's no good for you. Has it benefited you lately? Has social media benefited you? No, it only benefits the creators, guys. That's all it does. It only benefits the creators. Like here I am, yeah, but we're not a very big thing. We're not a very big stream. Not big at all. Why? I don't know. Maybe we're too controversial. Or maybe I just haven't been doing consistently long enough. So instead of blaming, always look internally, okay? So that's another thing. Males and the females can really work on. Actually, people just in general. Stop blaming, look into oneself and see what you're doing wrong. If you've been through a lot of relationships, find out is either you pick wrong or it's you. It's one of the two. And if you come to the conclusion that it actually isn't you, then you just suck at choosing people. But if you actually choose decent people and you keep fucking it up, well, we know the answer then. So that's the solutions for today. Stop it with the social media. Really stop it. TikTok, stop it. Like, it's only creating resent and delusion is what it is. When women think they can't, they don't need men. You see all those reels. Do we need a man? No. And then they edit it all out from the ones that probably said, oh yeah, we need men. But they only put all the negative ones in there to get attention. You got to understand that. So if it's like that, which we all know these fucking influencers are a bunch of fake fuckers, pisses me off how people actually give their lives to these people. Anyways, when you start seeing videos like that, just stop watching them. Because it's usually just some stupid person talking anyways whose opinion doesn't matter. And a lot of times the editor just edits out the other part because they don't want a gray area. They want emotion-driven content so that they get engagement, go viral, make some money off the video. So number one, stop giving your attention away needlessly. Instead, focus on improving yourself, obviously. Like this isn't like a hard thing to do. It's grab a book, figure out something you're interested in. Like right now, I'm reading the $100 Startup because I'm interested in finance. I'm interested in building an even better life for myself. Aren't you? If you're not, well, there's something wrong with you. You just have no drive or something. Maybe you got a hormone issue or something, or you just suck at life. I don't know. But I don't think that's what most people, I don't think most people suck at life. I think a lot of people are just driven the wrong way and manipulated through various means like social media. And then we get discouraged, resentful of various things, and then you shut down. And people say, oh, I'm depressed. And then here's a pill. Anyways, I think I've ranted on long enough on this, guys. But I think you get my point. Stop with the social media, improve on oneself, and review your past relationships on why they didn't work. And if you figure it's mainly you, well, you just have to kind of change a couple things. But if you know it's just you choosing the wrong people, I mean, that happens a lot. I mean, you got to figure stuff out. And And if it's you choose the wrong people, well, you got to learn how to make better judgments, and that's only through trial and error, right? So those are the solutions for today. Anyways, guys, Sheldon out.